to AllChat.
AllChat.
AllChat, baby.
1, 2, 3, 4. AllChat.
AllChat.
Alright, that should be good. Alright, and we are live with episode 14 of AllChat. Today we are joined by Noah.
Hello.
I'm going to tweet that we are going live.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Noah, I've got, and Micah, I've got a single question for both of you. Godzilla or King Kong? We have two decided
Godzilla.
people here.
I have to go with Godzilla. I think more movies, more lore, more stuff to obsess over. I just feel like, maybe it's not as consistent as King Kong, but King Kong, you only have the original, and then you have some really, really, really bad movies, and then you have the Peter Jackson King Kong. You don't have as many, good films as the Godzilla franchise.
Was the Peter Jackson one the one with Jack Black?
Yes.
Yeah, I have fond memories of that one.
Did Jack Black have a good performance? I'm going to be honest, I have never seen either a King Kong or a Godzilla movie, and I have no...
You're going to be really lost on this tier list then.
Alright. Oh, is it a Godzilla villains tier list?
Yeah.
Mothra.
Wow.
Mothra is number 1. Mothra's
Yeah.
S tier.
You're wrong, obviously. You're wrong.
No. What? Ooh.
Mothra ain't number one.
Alright, should we go...
Mothra
go I think we're just... Let's go with it right off the bat. Let's get into this Godzilla. Yeah, I've never seen a Godzilla movie. I do kind of want to watch the new one just because there's a lot of hype around it. And
I guess Micah's just gonna have to go off of appearances here.
Okay.
Have you seen the past two ones? Have you seen the two before the newest one?
Have you, Micah? The
I
reboot?
literally just said I've never seen a Godzilla movie in my life.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I guess Micah's just going off of appearances versus actual badassery. Okay. So me and Kyle talked about these last night. I compiled a whole list of the most iconic Godzilla creatures.
Nice.
And ranked from S to F. All right, and we all got to discuss and place in places. Me and Kyle already kind of did it, but we were like, "Oh, this is a good idea."
Okay.
I found some more bad guys too from it.
Yeah, I pulled out a couple more people from last time. So
Mothra is D? What?
No. These are just
that's
that's the pool. That's like where
cool. We haven't ranked him yet.
Sorry.
So let's start off.
Mothra's definitely not.
About Mothra.
can you keep the size the same, Kendall?
Size.
One down. Pull out a little bit. Yeah, that's good. That's set up for this stream.
I don't understand what you mean.
Like when you zoom it in, like for how the window's being selected, like the size of the.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody, let's start with a very classic Godzilla. My gut instinct tells me S tier.
Obviously, it has to be S. It's the start
Yeah,
of the whole
Godzilla's
thing.
number one.
You can't,
What are you thinking, Micah? Micah's
I,
on
mean,
with it?
I don't know. I guess Godzilla can go S tier.
All right, and then Micah, with some of these names, you might just have to look them up just to see what the creature looks like because some of these photos are small.
Okay, give me the next one. I'll Google it.
So this one's also Godzilla, but he's a Godzilla Red. You know, like the.
Is that what it's called?
Like
Red?
Code Red Mountain Dew. No, he's not even called that.
What's he called?
What's he called?
He's just like a redesign.
Oh,
That's
it's
just another
some point.
Godzilla. B
It's another
tier.
Godzilla.
B tier.
B tier? I don't know. I like the red though.
The knockoff.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it's not OG Godzilla. It's
You
just
are right.
Godzilla.
I'll put him at C. He's boring as fuck.
Yeah. I was thinking C. I
Do
think
we have any nays to that?
Nah, that's fine. That's appropriate.
All right.
I have a list here of all the original Godzilla monsters too.
I think I grabbed most of the OG ones, or just the iconic ones. Okay.
Thank you, JR Olive, for following. Junior Olive.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Junior Olive. All right, check it out. We got Rodan here. He's a giant pterodactyl, basically. He looks pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie.
Rodan?
R-O-D-A-N. Rodan.
Rodan. All right, let me look at some pictures, and
ROCHAN.
I'll give you. Oh, it sent me to a picture of some old Russian man. All right, there we go. I had two N's. That's the issue.
Me and
I think
Kyle, I have fond memory. Yeah, I want to give him an A. I've got fond memories of him from Godzilla Save the Earth for PS2.
So he's like a
Yes.
pterodactyl guy.
Yeah, he's just a
He's
massive
fire and
pterodactyl.
stuff.
Yeah.
I like it.
You know, I'm thinking A as well. He's not like, you know, he's not OP like Godzilla, but he's pretty strong.
Yeah, one of the more dinosaur-esque Godzilla creatures, I think.
Yeah.
that makes him stand out. Definitely a high-tier Godzilla villain.
Yeah, he's not quite S because he
Agreed.
always loses.
Yeah.
Was he a
You know?
loser? All right, A tier. I'm fine with that.
He's like a good guy though, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Anti-
weird.
Losers.
All right, me and Kyle had some disagreements about this one. Gigan.
Gigan?
Yeah, Gigan.
Gigan's a big villain in the universe.
He's a big boy, and he's kind of a badass with like the razor belly.
Oh, and he's got like laser eyes or something. Can you shoot
Yeah,
lasers out of
laser
his
eyes.
eyes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he shoots lasers.
he's goofy as hell looking.
He does look
Yeah.
very goofy. From like the other
He's like
pictures,
Power Ranger. He's like a Power Ranger
he
villain.
does look like a Power Ranger villain. But Power Rangers are also kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, he's got his own film. There is a Godzilla versus Gigan. I know
Yeah.
that. But I don't know. Something's not really drawing me. It's just like, you know, another kaiju-esque monster with a.
Yeah, but I want to say he's above average just a little bit because he's like a walking weapons factory.
Yeah.
I feel.
I'd say
Sure,
I'd agree with
sure.
C tier from my limited knowledge. I don't think he's B tier. He's not like I don't know. He's kind of goofy looking. I agree with Kaio.
Yeah.
Goofy. Loki.
Goofy.
All right, boys. We're coming back to the penultimate question. We got King Kong here.
Gotta be S tier, right?
No.
Absolutely not.
Yes,
Absolutely not.
Yes,
Yeah, no, he's like
What?
he's like equally as iconic as it's Godzilla and King Kong, man.
No, he's not.
I mean,
He's
I
not iconic in the
personally-
slightest.
whoa, the original King Kong is one of the original like special effects movies, bro. Come on.
But like,
That's,
what
an
even
OG
is like
film,
what even
you
is King Kong versus like all these other monsters though?
He's a
It's just big-
giant gorilla. He's a
Yeah,
giant
dude.
gorilla.
We
Do you know how
have-
strong gorillas are? They're so strong, and like if you make that the size of like a fucking building, like yeah,
Yeah.
But like Godzilla's radioactive. That's like the world's
So?
best passive.
I mean,
why is
he
King
may
Kong so
not
big?
have-
What's the lore?
King Kong comes from a giant fucking island, and he kills a dinosaur, bro. King Kong kills a dinosaur. A
But
giant.
they have let's bring up King Kong in this newest trailer that we got of Godzilla vs. King Kong. It looks like they have to bust his weak ass with a fucking axe. They have to buff him. Yeah, they gotta buff him. They gotta buff
Oh wait,
him with an axe.
he has an axe in the new
Yeah,
one.
that makes him even more badass.
No,
What are you
not at
talking
all. Not at all.
He
Because
can use
didn't have
weapons,
one at
dude. He has
first.
opposable thumbs. You're literally proving our point, dude. King Kong does Godzilla have his opposable thumbs?
No, he's got T-Rex arms.
Exactly. He's got little baby arms. He can't grab anything. He can't pick up an axe.
No, he doesn't have baby arms. He can grab.
You said he has
shit.
T-Rex arms.
Oh, okay.
We can teach
They're bigger.
They're
I
bigger,
give
not
him-
T-Rex
Godzilla
arms.
does have
King
opposable
Kong
thumbs,
sign
just for the
language.
record.
Wait, Godzilla has
shit.
opposable thumbs as well?
He
He
does.
does have opposable
Let's
thumbs.
see.
He has small arms, but does have opposable thumbs.
King Kong. We can teach King Kong sign language.
Yeah, dude.
Like there's like he's a giant monkey. I think puts him in the S rank.
He's
like,
the smartest of all of these monsters. Also, as
Yes.
a gorilla, he's probably
low-key,
outthinking them all.
low-key. I won't stand while King Kong.
You
gets
don't? You think a
hated on.
lizard? You think a
Like-
lizard brain is better than like our closest relative brain?
Yeah, because in every Godzilla movie, it's alluded that Godzilla's like smart as a human, like he's sentient.
Yeah, Godzilla is like super intelligent. I mean, he is
He-
like
he
he
makes
is
strats.
he's a,
They all
he's like
are
a hyper intelligent being. Yes,
because they're all these like big, like I don't know, they're like from prehistoric. I don't know. It's like when
I
don't
would
know,
settle for A tier, but no less than A tier for Godzilla or for King
yeah.
Kong.
I mean, I'll settle for A tier.
If you
but
guys
I
are
know
super
I don't
adamant.
know. Me and Kyle last
Why do you
time
guys
we
hate
put,
King
we,
Kong?
we put him in D.
Are
We
you
put him in D
serious?
tier.
No.
I'm
A
not
I have
tier.
never ever been a King Kong fan. I've always thought
Same.
he was silly.
Yeah, he's a big monkey.
Oh.
I also
I-
didn't like the whole illusion that like of I mean like the whole like not saying that like Godzilla was intended for this look, but just like how the concept of like, you know, Godzilla, the big ape, kidnapping the damsel in distress white woman in the 50s is just like not the most PC take.
I mean,
But
no, it's not. It's a movie from 1933, but like,
oh yeah, never mind.
but like, you can't expect that, and of course you got to put that aside. And when you do, you see that you're like, holy shit! Like they made this movie with fucking like little clay figurines, and like it made people cry. Every time I think about the original King Kong, I think about that episode in The Simpsons where it cuts to the Simpsons grandpa and he's watching King Kong and King Kong dies and the Simpsons grandpa starts crying and he's like, they don't make movies like this anymore. And like they don't make movies like that anymore. And yeah, so King Kong.
I'll settle for B tier.
No, A tier.
I would go A tier. I would say A tier. If so,
He's
like
the,
I don't have
out of all of the giant monsters, he's the second most iconic behind Godzilla. You can't put him.
Micah, you only think he's iconic because you haven't seen any Godzilla stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. So I know about him.
brand
He's
recognition.
King Kong is the second. I think the three with the biggest cultural impact, as someone who has never seen a movie, is Godzilla, King Kong, Mothra.
Yeah, he's never seen a single
settle.
movie about any of this shit, and he knows who King Kong is.
And I will stand up and I will fight for King Kong. I do think he's S tier, but I will settle for A.
Oh yeah.
They all
If you guys
in the chat
S tier,
also.
I would be okay with it. You guys are making good points for S tier, so like.
And honestly, yeah, like he's got crazy brand recognition.
Oh shit! Death Cobra thinks it's B tier, but Kyle said put him in the big guy tier, which I think is S tier.
No, that's not.
Well, big guy might be B.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Here's the thing. B tier. I don't know. I'm agreeing.
Holy shit, there's
All right,
so
let's
much-
go A and move on before the
that
discourse
hurts.
keeps going. A tier, move on.
That like stings
All
my
right.
brain.
Is that
to
a
see
Mecha
him
Godzilla
put
next?
there.
Long tards. Damn, dude.
Okay. Mecha Godzilla, everybody.
This is the guy.
Oh, S tier.
S tier. This is what Mecha Godzilla.
Is it made
Can
by
we all
humans?
agree that
Who's operating it?
The humans. He's the humans' answer to fight off Godzilla. It's like the defense against Godzilla is to build a Godzilla.
All right, that's pretty S tier.
Like, that's pretty fucking badass.
I
And
just
he,
think
he shoots like lasers and shit. You know, he's pretty cool.
Death Cobra in the chat said that Dracula is S tier. How would we rank Dracula among the Godzilla villains?
Dracula. Okay. This is I am biased towards this guy, so I'll let you guys discuss it. King Ghidorah.
Is that a three-headed King Ghidorah? I gotta look all these up.
He's the three-headed Hydra. He's badass as fuck. He shoots like lightning bolts out of his fucking mouth.
He doesn't have arms, but he has heads instead of arms.
Yeah.
What happens if you cut off one of his heads?
I don't know.
Is it gone or does it grow back like the Hydra in mythology?
It's gone. It's gone because if you remember, this Mecha King Ghidorah comes back. He's got because he lost and he came back as Mecha King Ghidorah as a mech. Yeah, so like his middle head was a robot and a lot of his body was.
Oh.
So you know he's like a normal monster in this universe. Like no one really regenerates in this universe.
No. I feel like
he shoots lightning fucking bolts, dude.
I feel like King Kong would fuck him up though.
Nah.
Yeah, King Kong just has to grab onto two of his heads and just like pull his like with his wingspan and like rip him off.
Well, no. King Ghidorah, like his lore or whatever, is that he is supposed to be the most powerful monster. Like that's his lore.
Okay,
he
then
is
put
the
him
most
S tier.
powerful monster.
Yeah,
and that's why it's like since Godzilla is like king of monsters, it's supposed to be like his hardest matchup ever.
Yeah.
Does Godzilla still win though?
Eventually,
media, actually.
Yeah. He's lost several times in other series of Godzilla to King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah is a badass. I don't know. I like him too much, so I'll let you guys decide.
I think S tier is fine if he's the most powerful.
I think he's one of the more iconic villains.
He's a fun villain.
He's a dragon.
Yeah, he's just a cool design. That's why I'm in love with.
Mm-hmm. I do think Micah's point about him not having the Hydra feature is a good
Regeneration.
point.
It's a knockback a
Yeah, a
little
little
bit.
knockback. Do you think maybe that puts him in A tier?
Yeah, I'd say A. I say A is a good
Yeah.
place for King Ghidorah.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, Mothra, everybody.
S tier.
Mothra.
It's a fucking giant moth.
Okay, but hey, Micah, I agree. Mothra's cool, but Mothra loses every fucking time.
That's okay. He's iconic.
Mothra like sucks balls.
Best support character. Mothra's a support character.
He's a support character.
No, he has his own film.
True.
Well, yeah, I know. In the most recent one, Mothra is the only reason why Godzilla can beat King Ghidorah.
I know. I mean, yes, I agree. Yes, I mean,
Yeah. So like, I think it's S tier. I think Mothra's pretty top tier.
E tier because
I mean, I was.
Death Cobra says
Mothra's
E tier.
Insects are pathetic cockroach squashables.
Yeah, I feel like.
What?
Oh, I was gonna say I think Mothra's S tier. I think Mothra's iconic. I know of Mothra. I didn't know of King Ghidorah, but I do know of Mothra. I think the giant moth is cool. But I will say in like combat, I feel like anything that can blow fire would just like evaporate Mothra.
I want to put him in a comfy B tier. I want to put him in a comfy B tier because I love Mothra, but he's just kind of weak.
Yeah, I guess he's not S tier.
Ah, bro.
No.
Oh, whoa.
The 1992 movie Godzilla vs. Mothra was the best attended Toho film since King Kong vs. Godzilla in 1962.
All right, S tier it is.
Did you guys know that Mothra is female?
Female kaiju. It's the only female kaiju.
Yeah, female.
Okay.
Oh my
S-tier,
god. Whoa, yes. I didn't even know that.
Mothra is very
What?
progressive. Very top tier.
Yes, obviously. Dude,
Mothra's my
top
favorite.
tier. Top tier.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
who's that next
I'll
one?
give it. All right. I think me and Kyle have a soft spot for this one because we both played Godzilla video games. Anguirus.
Wait, what's the one that you're missing? One, Kendall. What's the one above all those?
What's up?
We skipped one.
Oh,
that one.
We're getting hit to him. Oh, he's up top. I could only fit him in there later on.
Oh, gotcha.
I put him in later, so no sweat. We'll get to him. Anguirus, I guess is the best way to say his name. Anguirus. He was pretty badass in the video game Godzilla Save the Earth.
Yeah, he's like a later monster. Looks kind of like one of like that. You know that dinosaur that like has like the club tail thing and like a shell and like
The spikes.
Kind of. Looks kind of like that. I've never. I mean, I don't know very much about Anguirus, but so I don't really have too many opinions on that one.
So it looks like he's a quadruped.
Yeah, he's always all four, but he's got like mad defense.
He looks
I'm gonna
like a
keep
turtle.
sending you images.
Yeah, he does have like a spiky turtle shell. He is the only quadruped I've seen.
Yeah. He's
I don't
unique,
really know. I'm not an opinion.
I feel like
he's unique.
Yeah, stands out. But yeah, I don't have a personal attachment to him.
Like a B tier?
Okay, I'll throw him in. I'll say B tier as well. Because I like him overall.
Yeah.
You know.
F? Oh shit! Death Cobra thinks F tier.
F tier.
Whoa.
Right. What do you think? Why?
Back up your statements, chat.
You can make a.
Oh, he just F.
Fuck.
I need. Why is he F tier?
Yeah. I mean, he kind of charms me in a little bit. When we were dissecting him. Yeah.
To be fair, we've had nothing below C so far.
Well, I feel like the next one we were about to get to.
Yeah, we need to fill that B tier. All right, who's next?
Okay. Up next, we got Megalon. He's like a bipedal, beetle kind of guy who drills with his arms.
Oh no, not Megalon's cool. I didn't mean Megalon. Megalon's cool. I think the drill stuff is badass. I really
he digs underground and shit.
Yeah. No, he's definitely at least an A tier. At least.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know. I'll give him. I don't know. I need Micah's input and Kaio's input on Megalon here.
Megalon. Yeah, I think he's cool.
To me, he kind of
he's like another Power Ranger.
Yeah, he to me he looks like he's like a similar vibe to the Godzilla with the
Gigan.
lasers, the Gigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a little like too much going on.
Yeah,
you know?
he's a little crazy looking. I'm kind of feeling like a C or a D, but I don't think I should have a huge
I
weight.
don't know about a D. That's a
I mean, I
little
haven't seen his
That's
digging
a
power
little-
like really powerful.
Yeah, like he's the only guy who can really do that.
He does have a good nose, as pointed out. Yeah, they think A.
They're
But
thinking
we do
A.
need more EDF. We don't have. We're not filling out the whole tier list.
Yeah, but don't worry, we're adding in. Kyle's sending some good classic
Yeah. I
monsters
got,
here.
I
So
got a little
we'll
kaiju
start.
thing.
We'll start adding them once we.
All right.
I'll give him B. I think I'll do B because he's kind of like a one-shot villain. I feel a little bit.
Who is this?
A Megalon.
Is Megalon? Yeah. I don't really care for Megalon too much. I think they look goofy. All the ones that look like people in costumes look goofy to me a little bit.
They all look like people in costume.
Well,
For the most part, yeah.
well, not the giant crab.
It's a giant crab.
Yeah, we're adding him later.
We're gonna
All
get
right.
to that.
Can we do
Alright,
a power?
here's an
Next week,
interesting
can we
one.
do a Power Ranger villain tier list?
Yeah, I'm down. Just go purely off of looks and shit. We've got Hedorah, who's like the smog monster. He's like a giant blob with eyes and arms and shit.
Hedorah.
Hedorah.
Of like smog.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty ambivalent to this one.
Letters of the alphabet
look
tier
at
list.
him.
I'm down with that.
Oh, he's like a goo. He's like a. Oh, okay. I like the concept. I like that there is a goo monster.
I like him. Yeah.
Yeah,
But he's also forgettable at the end as well.
yeah, it's just like
See?
You go see. I wouldn't be opposed to D tier from my zero knowledge on him.
thinking D.
See, it is.
He's kind of like, I'm looking at some pictures on Google Images, and he's looking a little sad sometimes.
A little sad, and honestly, like not a very solid design.
No, his design's kind of basic.
Now, this next guy's kind of basic. I like him. I think he's adorable. Baragon.
I don't know who this guy is, but just from his picture, I think he's an F. He looks bad. He looks
Baragon?
like a goofy motherfucker.
Oh, he does have
Yeah,
goofy ears.
he is like a goblin guy, kind of looking guy here.
Yeah.
But like, don't shit on goblins.
I'm not a big fan of his. I go E tier.
Yeah, I mean,
Can I
I
argue
like that idea.
you guys for a D? E's fair. He's basic. He's basic. He's nothing crazy, bro.
He's just like
I keep looking
Godzilla
at
with big
him.
ears.
I keep looking at him.
F
not bad.
E or E. Doom
We're
him
doing
to
E.
hell. The chat
All
wants
right.
an alphabet tier list next week also.
Okay, we'll do the alphabet tier list.
Wait,
I'd be
Wow.
down.
That's
I'm
pretty
opinionated
good.
on some others.
photos that I sent.
Yeah, we're adding them in now. So next up is Ebera. Ebera. He's a
Giant
Ebera.
crab.
Giant crab
Ooh,
man.
I fuck with crabs.
I fuck with this guy. Let me throw him in here.
How do you spell
Giant
that?
ass crab.
Oh, I found it.
EBI. Oh yeah, it's in our little chat here.
Ooh, giant crab. I like that.
The ones
know,
that I'm sending are all the original Showa monsters.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, we have a lot here. Okay, so Ibra, he does kind of look just like a basic lobster to me.
Yeah,
I
but he's
know,
got like
that's
a
kinda
huge
badass,
claw.
though.
He's got like the hermit
Yeah.
crab thing going.
Oh yeah.
Like he's like
I
this is classic like radioactive monster territory, just like Godzilla.
I feel like giant crab is just like that no-brainer concept that just like no matter how you execute it, it's just like, yeah, that's badass.
It shows up in every anime, the giant crab.
Wow.
Oh yes.
I don't know, I'm kind of torn on like a D or C.
Oh, I was thinking B. I was thinking
I go C or B.
yeah.
Yeah, I would be. I would be okay with either of those.
Maybe it's
C or
just like
B,
a
huh?
cool picture. It's just pretty.
Let's give him B. He is kind of sick. We're gonna give him B. I agree with
Me
that.
too, yeah.
Who we got next up? We got Kamakuras. Is that the praying mantis guy? Up pirate guy?
It's kind of like an ant to me.
Yes. Wait, no.
Oh,
hold
he's a
up.
praying mantis?
There is giant praying mantis, and then there's also
Kamakuras.
Kamacuras it's a giant ant.
Okay, giant ant. Let's I'll grab his photo real fast. Kamacuras.
And a lot of these weird monsters all come from either like Godzilla versus or like a Godzilla King Kong movie or Son of Godzilla.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Yeah, Son of Godzilla was really big, actually. I don't know why people were into that one. I mean, the only reason I remember that is because I used to go to Blockbuster all the time as a kid, and there was like so many copies of Godzilla. Maybe there's so many copies because no one was renting it. Never mind.
Son of Godzilla.
Yeah. So wait. So this is he the? I can't tell if he's an ant or a praying mantis, to be honest.
I think he's okay. I'm pretty sure it's an ant, but let me like double check. No, it is a mantis. It is like a giant mantis. Never mind.
All right. So, from what I've seen of Japanese bug fights, mantises do pretty well against hornets.
Yeah, they are top tier.
They are pretty top tier in the bug
lizards,
fights.
You know,
probably get fucked up by a lizard, to be honest.
I mean, maybe at this point we start like pitting them against the other creatures here on the tier list and see like who would win. You know what I'm saying?
I think he could definitely beat Funny really Ears, dude, and he'd probably. I don't know.
Do you think he could beat Smog Monster though?
I think he's probably pretty well matched with Smog Monster. I feel like he might be a D tier.
Like Bugs lose to water tension.
Smog Monster, so I don't know.
I'll give him a D. That's what I'm thinking.
I think a D tier.
That's what I'm thinking. All right.
Yeah, I don't like bugs.
This next one is an F tier for me, but we'll see.
Oh fuck yes.
His name's Manila.
Like the wafers.
Yeah, Manila, and I think he's the son of Godzilla, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's Godzilla's son.
Yeah,
he looks
Godzilla's
lame.
son.
That's Godzilla's son.
Yeah, he's like Bowser Jr., but fucking ugly.
Yeah, that's a F tier.
What?
Look at him!
Kyle,
Look at him! He doesn't even have
thinking?
a fully formed face.
Disrespectful.
What do you think, Kyle?
Well, considering it's like he's a baby Godzilla, that's pretty tight.
Yo, dude,
smaller than the average kaiju, which is definitely an L. His roar sounds kind of like a weird horse donkey noise from the movie. It's really odd. It doesn't match, and it's kind of goofy.
You're not making a good case for higher than F tier. Basically you're like, well, his dad's Godzilla.
There was another movie of him, I think it's All Monsters Attack, where he like communicates and works with like human children. So that's like a plus.
That's a little bit of a plus. That might move him up.
Yeah, he's like a good guy.
But like, I don't think he could beat up anybody.
I'll give him E.
I don't want him to ride on his dad's coattails. I don't want to like merit him based on who his dad is. You know.
Oh, of course not. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him E. I think like solid arguments, Kyle, but I can't get past the looks, dude.
He is the Barney of Godzilla. that was a good one. Death Cobra.
Oh, what the hell did you just send me, Kyle? Oh, okay.
I don't really care too much about Manila, but I mean, I think he's funny.
Okay, next up we got Kumanga,
like a big
giant
spider.
Yeah.
Spider.
I gotta always open these in a new tab to make sure I can like copy it correctly.
Yeah, sorry.
He's some. Oh, that's cool.
Kumanga, yeah, big ass spider. I'm pretty sure Kumanga.
I want to give him C.
It's another one from Son of Godzilla.
Does Kumanga have like?
I like the look of him. He's pretty scary.
Can he utilize webs? Do we know?
Let's look up Kumanga on the wiki, man. Let's see his
that
power.
is true. S is for spider.
Whoa, I don't know about
He's not S tier though. He's not S tier.
Appearance. Okay. In both of his appearances, his roar is like a variety of chirping noises.
Nice. I fuck with that.
But I'm not seeing anything related to his powers here.
Okay.
Well, so he killed Kamacuras with poison, and then
he killed the ant.
Yeah, and then the
mantis.
Yeah, he's definitely C tier or above or higher.
And then Kumanga also damaged Godzilla's eye and trapped him in a web. And
he's got webs.
The reason Godzilla won is because Manila came to his aid.
Oh shit. Maybe we gotta.
Maybe we put him up here.
I was thinking. No, I don't think S tier.
No
But,
way.
maybe like B tier. I think if he has a
I feel
web,
like he
he's
would
B
kick
tier.
the crab's ass though.
Yeah, no, he definitely go above the. Okay, I could go for A tier.
Like King Ghidorah would kick his ass, but like,
Yeah, no,
Wait,
he's
hold up.
definitely like.
Spider's better than the crab, really?
Oh yeah, but that crab could fuck up the spider, Kendall. If you think about it, like that claw could like take off
Water
a spider
out of
leg
business.
pretty easily. I think
yeah,
B
but if he
tier.
misses, he's fucked. All right.
And I
Well,
think I think I'm out of them.
All right, next up we got Manda, who's like a sea serpentine looking guy here.
And it looks like
Yeah,
there's some
it's from-
technology on him.
It looks like he's wrapped around
It's
technology.
like a movie. It's like it's like King Kong, where it's like it's from its own movie and then later incorporated into like the kaiju universe.
Okay.
Okay, so he's like a big kind of like he looks like a. I'm looking up some more pictures. He just looks like the classic Chinese dragon, but he's underwater.
He's underwater. An underwater Chinese dragon is an interesting idea because they typically fly, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
I think he looks cool. I don't think he's.
I'm forgetting this.
I don't think he's like a particularly like high tier choice if he's like a water guy.
Yeah, because he can't be very threatening if he's just underwater. You know?
Yeah, but like Godzilla kind of kicks ass underwater already, though.
Yeah. Like if he's good in water, that definitely gives him like the up on some other ones. But like if he's versus that crab, I feel like the crab's still gonna win.
Yeah. Because the crab fucking breathes water just like him.
Maybe like D.
Godzilla comes from the water, though. Just so you guys remember that.
Yeah.
So like honestly, I'm gonna give him a D. I think D.
Yeah,
Is fair.
I don't think he could body Godzilla at all.
He's not. You know. He can't body Gigas or Red Godzilla. Like.
Wait, did my picture not send? Okay, there we go.
All right. Next up, we got Gorosaurus, who looks like an easy F tier to me, but we'll see.
He does look like an F tier. Oh shit!
He looks like a sad, depressed Godzilla.
Yeah,
He
Gorosaurus
just
is like a
looks
sad.
like-
He's got longer arms though.
He's an alcoholic. He's an alcoholic Godzilla.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
agree with chat that we could move Red Godzilla up to B tier. Maybe we could swap it out for the horn dude.
I agree with chat, dude. Red Godzilla is way cool.
All right, let's move him up to B tier.
All right. Wow. There's some fans of Red Godzilla. That's crazy.
Yeah, and we also do need to put like people down. Like
We'll have to restructure a little bit here in a
we need
bit.
people critical. That's the answer.
Yeah, we do. But like, I feel like once we kind of like get them all on here, we'll be able to like move them around a little bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah, we still have
yeah.
a lot more to go. Like
we have like I
feel
think 5 or 6 or no, like 9 more, or something, or like 8 more.
it might level out.
This is going to be a legit tier list, not one of those.
This is a legit tier list going on. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to like go back through it
Tier.
again to double check what. Yeah.
F tier though.
I think so. There's nothing distinct about. He just looks like Godzilla with a bigger head and smaller arms, and that's not a good thing.
That's a sad kaiju.
That's one sad man down there. All right. Next up, we got ourselves one of my personal favorites. What's his name? You didn't put his name down. The Power Ranger looking dude.
That's Jet Jaguar. That's Jet Jaguar.
Jet Jaguar. Yeah, Jet Jaguar.
Wow.
Yeah, his look is definitely sus.
Yeah, why do you like him so much? He looks kind of lame to me.
He's referenced in an MF Doom song, though. He's MF Doom says
he's just iconic, is why I like him. He's a little iconic.
He's MF Doom says he's a mixture of Jet Jaguar and James Brown. So I feel like that automatically prevents him from being in like the D and lower categories.
Chad, do you guys have an idea for Jet Jaguar here?
Yeah, let's vote on Jaguar.
I want to give. I'm kind of thinking D for him as well.
No,
I like him, but he's not that good.
Yeah, he's not that good because he's a Power Ranger.
He's pretty lame looking, to be honest.
An assistant
He's wearing
in the Godzilla vs. Megalon.
He's like a Power Ranger plus the Michelin Man.
Yeah,
that's pretty badass.
I go for like D.
All right, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if I can how much I can justify it. Yeah, all the monsters that like look like people in suits, like
I can't fuck with them.
Jet Jaguar and I think that's it. Yeah, those 3 are in fucking the same movie.
Giant octopus.
Yeah, this is a very simple one, folks.
Giant octopus, everybody.
Classic, simple.
I'm a little biased
This-
towards
From
octopus.
King Kong. It's from King Kong versus Godzilla.
I'm gonna let everyone else talk and then give my opinion because I'm a little biased towards octopus.
Yeah, you have an octopus tattoo. You're not, you know.
I'll dip out of this one. I'll let you guys all talk. I know Kyle also likes
I
octopus
feel
a
like
lot.
he's a
Yeah,
solid
I also have kind of a octopus
I mean,
bias.
who
Sorry.
doesn't like them? You know, they're like genius, and they're
Yeah,
really cool.
I'd
They're
be fine
really
with the
cool.
C tier.
C.
I think you can fuck up
there
those B
could be
tier guys,
more
but
going on.
Like yeah, and all these B tier guys would probably kick his ass, you know. But
Yeah.
like,
I think he
C-tier,
could probably take out a few of the B tiers, but not all of them. But yeah, I'd say like
I can fuck with that.
Octopi have 3 hearts, 9 and 9 brains. So
Oh
like,
shit!
if it's a giant octopus, those are a
what if we
giant.
swapped him out for that
With the
drill
giant
dude
heart.
in B
For
tier?
drill. Yeah, I think I
Drill
agree.
dude, I kind of feel like I don't know, man. The more I look at him, the lower down I want him to be.
Yeah, that's like my
I'm
feelings.
kind of feeling like he's a D tier, to be honest. Just like on like his design.
I like him a lot. I like him a lot because of his
Drill
power.
hand. Yeah,
you
he's
know?
got drill
He's got
hand.
drill hands.
Drill
All right,
hand.
all right.
kinda
He can sit
cool.
at C tier.
Yeah, out of the 3 like ones that like legit just look like people in suits, he's a.
Alright,
I like his
so-
drill arms. Yeah, exactly.
This next one is an easy like E or F for me because we've already done it. He's a 2. He's a 2.
You can get rid of this one. This one was
Yeah, skip that one.
Okay.
that was my mistake.
I can't even see
I
what
can't-
Maneater is. Yeah, can we skip
Yeah.
that one too?
What the hell?
Let's go to King
Kaya.
Caesar.
Wait, no. Skip the giant praying mantis.
Yeah. But okay. But what am I looking at with Maneater here?
You put the picture up. Put the picture up first.
Okay.
Because yeah, it's a.
I can't even
Maneater's-
tell what's going on in the picture.
Kaio, how
What's
does Mecha Godzilla not look like a dude in a suit?
Oh well, no, I mean yeah, that one does. But there are 3 from the same movie that
What's
like
going
look
on?
like humans. They look like Power Ranger villains kind of
All
thing.
right.
So
I'm looking at
Maneater
Maneater.
is a giant flesh-eating plant.
Oh my god, he
Oh.
does look cool as fuck. I just saw some art of him. I'm gonna use the art instead of this photo. Honestly,
Damn. Okay.
actually, I didn't know what's going on.
You should.
Yeah,
This
I can't tell
photo-
what's
this
going
photo
on.
is the 60s one.
He's a giant man-eating plant, and I fuck with him already just by looking at this.
Mhm.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
That's super cool. I think.
Very Lovecraftian.
Yeah.
I think he would slap everybody in B tier. Is kind of what I'm seeing, but
He is grass type, and there is a lot of water type in B tier, so
yeah,
Honestly, yeah, that's a good take.
I could put him A tier.
like
Yeah,
I
I could
really-
do it. I think
I
he's
like how he
cool.
looks.
I'm fine with that.
What do you think, Noah? Is that what you're feeling?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
he's
I
cool.
like him.
That's a more unique one we've seen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He looks like weed too. It feels like he's like he just looks like a
He's just-
weed monster.
He's just a weed monster, dude.
Dro monster.
Okay, this is an interesting one that I just think he looks goofy, but in a good way. King Caesar.
Yeah, this one's not a fan, but he exists.
He looks like
brutal-
he looks like what's the name of the flying dog thing from Neverending Story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He looks like if like you
wow.
anthropomorphize that guy a little bit.
Yeah.
I kind of want to give him E tier,
He's got a very Ray Harryhausen look.
like
Yeah,
a very homeless man.
He
I
looks a
know
little
that.
disheveled. I'd go E tier too.
You guys' inputs? What do you think?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of ambivalent towards this guy, you know.
Yeah, I
feel sorry
could
for him a
do
little
like
bit.
D or lower. I couldn't go any. I could go E. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, bad.
E.
No, dude, he is definitely not D tier. Look at these D tier like superstars, you know, versus
He
this
does-
motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's not my favorite.
I have more
do-
respect for the D tier than that, definitely.
I honestly do I respect him more than Baby Godzilla though? Is my question. He's on par with Baby Godzilla.
Yeah, I feel like he's on the same level. I
Yeah,
feel like
I agree.
Yeah.
He's on par. He's on par here. Okay, next up we got ourselves Varan, who is he looks like a mix of like the turtle dude and Godzilla.
Yeah, it's another one of like it's another one of like the they all look like a different Godzilla.
Yeah. And this is also like obviously a man in the suit. You can kind of see him sit.
This is a
with the big old.
This is spiky Godzilla.
No, but he's smaller and he's got long arms. I'm not a fan. I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
Nah, this guy's
Important,
definitely
unimportant one.
E. Like I think at least like there's
can agree
nothing
with
going
that.
for him.
I'd go
For
D
what?
or E.
Yeah, I would go E.
Let's compare him.
I think that's it, bro. I don't think there are any more monsters. I'm like, well, in this series, in like the Showa like time period, because I can't. If we're going like all the way, there's too many.
Yeah.
He's definitely not a D. He's definitely not a D. Looking at these.
Yeah, I feel like he's an E. Solid
Yeah,
E.
agreed.
But now I'm looking at all of these, and I kind of want to move Baby Godzilla to F, but
I'm fine with F. Baby Godzilla is F.
In terms of like, if he could hold his own, the answer is like no.
that is true. That is true.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I think how we like go about this at the end, like after we get all the guys on the board, is we start pitting them against each other in our minds, and we figure out.
Yeah.
We figure out where they really stand.
Yeah, I think we can put him down on F tier though, because I don't think he's gonna beat anyone. Like,
No,
he's probably the weakest of these all, based on looks.
Just based on looks, man. All right. Next up, we got ourselves Giant Condor.
All right.
I can't even tell what's going.
Like a
That's
big
an F.
raptor.
He looks like an F to me.
Yeah, I feel like a bird can't really like hold its own against any of these things.
It's the same issue with Mothra, but he's not as cool as Mothra.
No, yeah, that's a failure of a concept there. It's just giant bird.
Yeah, I'd go F tier. All right, can we skip the UFO?
No,
it's very important.
It's important? Okay, can someone
I feel like
cue me into this?
UFO is our next contender for at least an S tier, maybe.
Hey, really? I don't know about this.
It was like the next trump card after like King Ghidorah, the most powerful of all monsters. They're like, fuck it, you know what? Not from here.
Yeah.
This is like oh fuck, like new dimension, like oh my god, like I don't even know what this is. This is literally just a giant like squiddy little like metallic thing.
But is it as cool as Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, and Mothra? Does he even belong in S tier?
I personally, yes, because I feel like he does just look like an actual just like crazy alien thing that like someone tripping on mushrooms would see in the woods, and that's cool. But,
also, it's a pretty alternative ass like
monster,
like monster out of everything.
It's the most vaporwave out of all the monsters.
Yeah, that's a flex. I mean, I don't care too much to put him super high, but I think he's like one of the funny concepts. And then
A is fine. A is
I go 18. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'll give him that. He's not quite like in my heart. He's not quite on par with like Mothra, Mechagodzilla.
Okay, this.
Okay, this is F tier already.
The next guy, yeah, that's an F tier.
Gabara. Gabara, yeah.
Gabara, yeah. So Gabara is another one. Is one of the from the same movie as Maneater, and it's just two of the monsters that apparently, according to lore, could be considered to not be real, considered to be imaginary. I don't know how that works. But
yeah, I don't know. He's got all kinds of warts, dude.
Yeah, he's definitely his face looks goofy as hell.
F tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, but the Condor would eat this guy. Like,
maybe actually. I
feel like if we put him in F, we have to promote Condor
to E.
Condor
Condor is boring and bad, but he could definitely fuck up all of the F tier people.
Yeah. He could. I gotta see which layer Condor is.
We have to give it to Condor.
And I think,
right.
yeah, we
Next-
only got 3 more. But these 3 are important.
Ichiro.
Ichiro is F tier.
What? No, S
I'm
tier.
fucking around.
S tier.
He's the kid, dude. He's the kid who befriends Manila.
Yeah. This is the kid that befriends baby Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, we can't be mean to children, guys.
Yeah, he's a cute. That's a cute kid right there. That's S tier.
That's just a cute kid, man.
And he's also got that like kind of Pokemon trainers swag going on with his outfit.
For sure.
Absolutely. Next up is
Now these 2 guys, the last 2 guys, are the main protagonists from Godzilla 1, the first Godzilla.
Yeah, this guy's an Akira Kurosawa staple.
He's just got the genius the genius look.
He definitely he's got that look of like, I just saw Godzilla, you know.
Yeah.
The energy, you know. The year is 1954, and it's been
yeah.
And he's seen Godzilla.
Yeah, I feel like B. I feel like he's a solid B. Like
I want to give him A. I like this facial.
Oh, really?
Expression. Look at this facial
my
expression.
favorite Godzilla.
He's your favorite Godzilla?
No, I forgot my favorite Godzilla.
Okay, yeah, throw him in here, Kyle.
He's top tier.
We gave that guy A tier. How are you rating the humans?
Based on just how they look, I don't know.
Okay.
That's what we've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this dude is so goofy that there are 2 photos of him. I'll do like the good photo.
This dude is your favorite Godzilla?
No.
Oh.
Deo Agata.
No, this is just another one of the main characters.
He's a little standard to me.
Well, as for these guys, the first guy is like a paleontologist, and this guy is the lieutenant of like the boat company or whatever.
Yeah,
it's a C tier man right there.
Yeah,
this guy's a fucking cop.
This looks like the guy who would like launch missiles at Godzilla and like piss him off more.
You can think about it as like what is it? Jurassic Park. Hold up. I'm thinking of like a certain character, like 2 people from Jurassic Park.
Who are you thinking? Just give me some description.
Well,
the Jeff Goldblum character.
The first picture that we sent is the doctor, or I'm sorry, is like the paleontologist. He's like akin to the Alan Grant. Alan Grant.
Kyle, how did we forget about Shin Godzilla last night?
Because it's just another Godzilla. It's my favorite Godzilla. It's just it's a movie from like 2016, and it's another Godzilla movie, but it's a political statement more so than it is like a monster movie, which is tight.
Oh, is this the one you told me about, Kyle? I think you told me about
it's
this
really
Godzilla
good.
movie.
It's really good. And then whoever who's I don't know. The other guy, the lieutenant, is like a cop. Yeah.
If Mecha Godzilla is S tier, this guy looks just as cool.
Yeah, he's totally
He's got the smallest arms.
He does have the smallest arms, but he's got like the coolest rib cage.
We can put up his second photo, his first form, his initial form, and he has 2 forms in the movie, and that's like his second one. And his first one is honestly one of the most goofy things I've ever seen. So here's the last one.
Oh
yeah.
Okay. Now that we've done the tier list, now we have to do the bracket.
Oh fuck! It's like the tournament thing. Yeah, this
find
last
the best one.
Is Shin Godzilla 1. And this the one we just sent is.
So how do we want to do this then?
I think mentally we just like we start at the bottom and see if anyone can beat everyone in their current tier, they go up. And if they can beat anyone in that tier, then they can like stay in that. You know?
Okay. Then I gotta click through all my layers here and see which ones are which. I stopped naming them. It was a lot of names. We got a lot of characters here. Okay, so first off, he's definitely staying F tier. This man here.
I think F tier all stays. I don't think any of those guys are moving up.
Yeah, none of these guys can beat each other. All right, let's go. Baragon. We got big ears, big horn, quadruped, big teeth. kind of basic. I think he can beat King Caesar, the poodle homeless man.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay,
Yeah,
but what about him versus Spiky Godzilla?
I feel like they're kind of evenly matched, to be honest.
I feel like Baragon can beat at least Condor as well.
Yeah, I think he's definitely in the higher of E tier, but I don't know if he should go above E tier.
No, he's not beating any of these people in D.
I mean, should we just go? Does anybody have anyone that they like want to move?
Yeah. Take a look here. Do you guys think there's anything misplaced right now?
I feel like we kind of got it
Yeah.
down.
Let's see. If I had to make any additional thoughts, let me get a better.
I don't know. I feel like Gigas here would definitely go up to B, in my opinion.
I have no
if we're
problem with
doing
that.
fights.
Yeah.
If we're doing fights. But who would we move out of B if we did that?
Like the shell dude, maybe.
Moving Crabman down a little bit?
No. The one on the left, the far
Who
left.
Shell dude?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
turtle dude.
Yeah. We can swap him out with
I think
Gigas.
we take one person out of B and one out of A.
Okay.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take Gigan, move him up, and then we'll take Anguirus, move him down.
Who do you think should go from A tier, Kyle?
Let's see. King Kong can stay.
Begrudgingly so.
Maybe either the human, the paleontologist, or maybe like probably Maneater. Probably Maneater. It's just a plant, honestly.
I think Maneater could probably kick B's ass though. Looking at this,
Do you think Maneater could fuck up the pterodactyl?
fuck up Rodan? No, Rodan's cool. Rodan breathes fire. Yeah.
He's a volcano pterodactyl, so yeah.
And
Swap
Rodan's just
Rodan out
iconic.
with Mothra then. Mothra, I love Mothra, but Mothra would get like fucked up by these guys.
No, Mothra.
Yeah, I'm still
Mothra's
down
S
to
tier
Mothra
for
now.
who Mothra is, just because of clout.
No. Mothra flies and shoots lasers. He's equally as badass as Rodan. He deserves in the S rank.
She has like mega moves, honestly.
Yeah,
so I'm for it.
she.
And Kyle is right. Like best support character.
I feel like we got to move all the humans except for that little boy to F tier.
Oof, yeah,
They stand no
yeah.
chance.
In a fight, yeah, they're done for.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. They kind of do a number on Godzilla in the first movie.
Oh, that's true. Like these are the guys who stopped Godzilla.
In the first movie.
Yeah,
They
you
don't
got Finder and Beater.
Yeah, like these guys are just nothing without Mechagodzilla, you know?
But the kid definitely stays S tier.
He's S. He's got that Pokemon trainer vibe.
I think I'm happy with this.
I feel like, you know, I love octopuses. I think that he should be C though.
Yeah, I would. I would either put Gigan.
The other ones have weapons.
I would put Gigan, or Abira, or Kumanguro, or whatever, to like the tarantula, the crab, or Gigan to C. Or honestly, anyone in B could move down for me, except for Godzilla.
I just feel like the octopus loses because of you know, these guys all have like predatory weapons and shit.
Yeah,
and
like the octopus would get pretty like. I do agree. Like he because like the other ones have like that claw would fuck up the octopus. I think.
Yeah. And the spider web would fuck up an octopus. I think. And like the spider took out Godzilla's eye, man.
Yeah,
and Gigas
right.
a solid for you know.
Drop the octopus down a tier.
C tier ain't bad. I'm not shitting on octopus.
Yeah, the thing is, like, it should be like a kind of like a little pyramid shape where C is like has the most.
Yeah, you're right.
If we're talking about like you know, average like distribution.
Yeah, but there's nobody I want to move here to see though. There's none.
Yeah.
I think it might be good now, honestly.
Yeah, there's not a lot of average villains in Godzilla. You know, they're either really good or kind of.
If you remove Godzilla clones, like 2 Godzilla clones, then like it definitely like evens out a lot more.
Yeah. For sure. Okay, there it is. The Godzilla tier list, everybody.
Yo, this is the first one. Is this the first one?
The first what?
Godzilla tier list.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the first and official one.
This is official as hell.
This is our second. No, the first tier list we did on the podcast, we did a our
childhood photos.
yeah, childhood yearbooks.
Oh wow.
Because Trey has every single like one from like elementary school through high school. So
Scary.
Okay, we're definitely not the first, but we're easily the best.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we're the official one. We got commissioned
Yes.
by the creators of Godzilla to do this.
Yeah.
So it's not the
So most of these tier lists are just Godzilla movie tier lists, and it's like cool, I guess, but like, bro, what? Okay, never mind. Now I'm trying to disagree with these online tier lists. I think they're bad.
Of course they're bad.
Criticism.
I'll upload that to our little Discord chat.
Wait,
there we
there
go.
are so many Godzilla forms? What?
Damn.
all right, what's the next topic we should go to?
Let's see.
Wall Street.
Yo, that alphabet tier list was a good ass idea.
The
Yeah,
alphabet tier list.
Yeah,
doing
I
that.
would do alphabet tier list. I think that's funny.
That's gonna fuck my brain.
Yeah, let's get that next week. Next week we'll do an alphabet tier list. Yeah, let's talk about Wall Street for a little bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a move.
Yeah, we gotta talk about Wall Street. It's because that was such an unprecedented thing. Here, I'll be right back.
Well, Kendall's gone. I'll give a little rundown of what happened for those that don't know, which is no one. But basically,
Yeah.
the Reddit called Wall Street Bets saw that a what's the name of that company? The one that lost a ton of money.
GameStop?
No, there's like one company that one of the hedge funds.
Citron?
No, it starts with a B, I think.
Mm.
Please sponsor us, LaCroix. LaCroix, if you're listening, all I've been doing is drinking.
I can't remember the name of the hedge fund, but one hedge fund, in a report to the SEC, had stated that they were going to be doing a short on GameStop. And for those that don't know, how a short works is you basically borrow a stock, saying, I will give this back to you. So you borrow it to sell it. And you're trying to, the idea is you sell it now, thinking that it will be worth less in 2 weeks. And then you buy it back and give it back to whoever you borrowed it from to make a profit.
It's kind of like gambling.
It's gambling.
It's like
so you're like,
it's like the opposite of normal stock trading, kind of, right?
yeah,
Like the opposite idea.
In a way. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
opposite idea. Instead of supporting a business, you're kind of like betting on it and pushing it down.
yeah. So you're shorting it by saying basically, hey, this stock's going to go down. I'm going to buy a whole bunch from this company. I'm going to borrow it from this company and sell it. Then I'll buy those stock back in 2 weeks when they're cheaper and give it back to whoever I bought it from. Now, Reddit saw that they were doing this. And what you can do is it's called a short squeeze, where when they're trying to do that and betting on it to shrink, if you can get people to buy it, and it's all based on the supply and demand, and if the demand goes up, the price will increase, and if it increased, those people that were betting on it short lose money and you gain money. GameStop, and then Reddit basically did this to where like GameStop over 1,000x'd in its like shares value, and hedge funds lost billions of dollars, and Redditors made, I guess, in turn, millions, if not billions of dollars. Like, I saw one dude who had put $40,000 in and had made, like, what was it? I don't know, like 12, 22 million, something in that range.
That's lit.
I love it.
Respect the hustle, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck rich people. That's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Eat them.
I mean, I don't think there's too much more to say. Like, I feel like everyone's talking about it, and like, it's just
everyone's like already kind of like based their opinion already, you know?
Oh, Robin
like
is the big issue now. It's Robin
yeah.
that's the big issue.
That's the big
The thing is, it's like, where is this, like, what are we going to do from here? So it's like a bunch of people organized together and exposed the stock market for what it is. But it's like, you know, what changes will come from this? And it's like, you know, honestly, these hedge funds are probably just going to get bailed out. And it's just like,
oh yeah, no consequences.
I feel like the next thing that's going to happen is like this kind of stuff is going to have to keep happening. Like we're gonna have to realize that, like, yeah, we can organize, we can like fuck these people at their own game. So
Yeah.
let's try to like let's move beyond the whole, like it happening on just like a subreddit, and let's like let's get like actual mass amounts of people trying to do this.
I truly believe this is just the beginning of this.
Agreed. Yeah.
I think, and the more that the government tries to crack down on it, or that people try to dismiss it, or like talk down on it, or like close the subreddits or stuff, the more motivated people are to find new ways to make it happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the rich have spent so many years putting themselves in this position and like making it as impossible, as impossible as they can to actually step into the ring. That it really is a breath of fresh air.
With the whole with everyone they're doing the short squeezing, it's like I see that and like I think it's good that's happening, just because it's like, oh yeah, like look, like all these average people, or not hedge fund managers, are like making hella money, and also as a result, other people who are playing the stock market lose money. And I mean, that's like no different than what's always been happening, but usually it's like the hedge fund managers, or the wealthy doing that to the
poor people. Yeah,
to poor people.
And I know that for a long time, that's how like Robinhood was viewed by people in like the Wall Street. It's like, oh, we can now take money away from people that have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, and so that like what people did is like no different, and it's still like, I mean, it's still like at its core, the whole like idea behind it is it's just like, how do you manipulate it and like take advantage of the situation in order to like disproportionately accrue wealth. So I think that it's really good that like the lower class like absolutely like made this huge ass move, because then it just shows people like, look, this is kind of just BS. And like everyone like crying about, oh no, I'm losing, $20 billion in a day. What was it, like $20 billion as of yesterday?
Put so much money on GameStop losing.
Yeah. And it's just like sucks to suck. Like it's the stocks, right?
Yeah. You guys made a decision, you lost. You guys lost. You guys made a bet and lost.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so that's like kind of like a C. Like, look how easy it is to take advantage of people using the system. And I think that's like good to expose. But then most importantly, with Robinhood, like doing like freezing people's stocks and then proceeding to like even sell people's stocks without their consent or approval, like just that right there is like a huge issue, and like a huge like violation of people's like objective, like people's like not stock rights. There's no rights to stocks, but it's like yeah, you didn't consent to it. Like the whole point is that like you can do what you want. It's a free market, and that's exactly it, because Robinhood like said, hey, no, we're gonna make it so that you guys can't keep doing this, so you don't fuck over more hedge fund managers. It just shows like it isn't a free market. The free market is not like, it's not a free market. So when people are like, oh well, we need to protect the free market like is what like like is the best system, and it's what lets things thrive, and it's what spurs innovation, competition and stuff. And it's like, it doesn't exist. Like just straight up, like it's not like, oh cool.
A lot of these hedge fund managers now are calling for regulation.
Yeah, like cool napkin thought, fam, but like it's not real. It does not exist. Like we don't have a free market, obviously. And so now it's awesome. Like it's really great when like it comes to the light, when like rich people like use the system to fuck over poor people, and then like CEO of Robinhood's like, guys, there are regulations and like stuff we have to meet. And it's like, yeah, you're fucking owned by these people, of course.
Yeah. Like they just got paid off to do that.
Yeah.
Well, not even like paid off. Like I mean, yeah, but like they're like, they have so many like a lot of these people getting fucked are like stockholders or like shareholders of Robinhood. So it's like, hey man, we're your investors, so cut that shit out now. And it's like, okay. So it's like, there you go, man. Like what free market? Like what free market do you like? It's not real.
It's just a term. Yeah, I mean, it's just a term that we apply to what we're doing to make it seem, more okay than it is, but it's totally not okay. And it's great that people exposed it for it, not for what it is. And like I said, it's just like now we just have to keep pushing, or we or these people or more people have to do it or something like that.
Oh, absolutely.
On that point that Micah said, like these same people, these same billionaires now calling for regulation. It's the whole double standards, rules for you, not for me kind of deal. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. It's like you can ban any rule you want, at least in America, if you're rich.
If you have enough money, fuck it. Like, you can do what you want.
But like, what's the next move for poor people then? After seeing this,
Unionizing.
Unionize.
Yeah,
Organize.
I mean,
it
organize.
is in some kind of way. Yes, like targeting the companies that are being squeezed in this way, and sort of organizing their employees to take control of the stocks or something like that.
Unionize
I don't know.
GameStop.
Yeah.
That's the next move.
yeah.
Or just do the same thing with a different, go ahead, Robinhood, freeze every stock.
Yeah,
Just find
do
a
it.
new one. Find a new shitty company.
How do you like go about finding hedge funds though?
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, so that's the thing. For like this to happen, you need someone who is shorting. Like
Yeah.
you can't just pick a stock that I mean, I guess you kind of can't. You can, like, the markets are manipulatable,
Absolutely, yeah.
You can do that. Like, you can just pick a stock and bump it up. I think, like, what happened, though, is because all these people were betting on it losing, like, it made the bump up, like, it made it fuck over Wall Street while profiting. Well, you could probably do this again with just profiting, I think.
Like,
Yeah.
with just, the
You could pump a stock.
profiting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Without fucking over the bourgeoisie, I think. But, like, I think that is still, like, I don't know, like, I don't really know any of the legalities around all this.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
think
the
about
thing.
that. That's another great point, is that, like, okay, let's say, like, the lower class does, like, find a way to profit off this, and it doesn't come at the expense of the wealthy. And it's like, okay, let's just, like, say that situation, like, let's just use that scenario. Like, that just, like, where does the money come from? Like, who's giving the money? And it just, I mean, the money just, like, inflates at that point. And then more importantly, like, money's not real.
No,
Just
it's like the same deal as I don't know. It's like having faith. I don't know. It's just funny. Like everyone in a country kind of agrees that like this dollar means something.
yeah, I mean, the U.S. dollar is just backed by the U.S. government. And being the most powerful country on earth, it's like you can do that. So, like, we say it's good, but it's also, like, compared to things like the euro and the pound.
For sure. Yeah. Other than that, there's not much to say.
Yeah.
On the topic of that, I think since this last week, everyone's kind of had a little smile on their face.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Since that's all happened.
No, I mean, I think the important thing is just if like people want to continue to make, like, a substantial difference, it's just people that are in the lower class, or just need to figure out a way to more cohesively organize. I think that's, like, at the core of it, is just like you really need to organize better.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying like it's just like better organization and like unionization, and immediately, like, you start to have substantially more power, and, like, you can influence these really big like big markets. And Reddit's a good example. Like, Reddit's like an organized collective of a bunch of people, so it's a very similar thing.
All right. I have a new topic. Noah,
Mm-hmm.
tell me about the wills.
The wills, the Star
Yeah.
Wars wills.
Yeah.
Well,
Or start at the
so-
beginning. Start at the beginning, or wherever you need to
Yeah,
start.
because I've got like no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
there really is no beginning and there is no end when we're talking about these kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
this is,
Okay.
um, but like so we're talking about organizing people and stuff like that, and I think a common topic among a lot of leftists right now is like, how do we get the left to be more unified in thought, and how do we get people to sort of like fill in that gap, that gap that sort of continues to separate people ideologically, even though that we all are among sort of the lower class, the working class, or whatever. And
Okay.
a lot of people are saying that there needs to be some kind of spiritual component to leftism, um, to anti-capitalism, to anti-industrialization. There needs to be some kind of religious aspect to this kind of changing of this world that's going on,
Okay.
because people like people use religion for like community and stuff like that, and like it's kind of like, if we can figure out a way to sort of implement that, but for the purpose of organizing people to create like a better world, it would be the most effective way to do that. But anyway, to relate that to Star Wars,
How?
uh, so like that's kind of like what um what I sort of believe Star Wars makes an example of, this idea of like a modern uh
Like religious left, kind of.
yes, a modern spirituality that is free from the limitations of like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years of colonialization and um other stuff that like other religions are kind of like steeped in. This kind of idea that like these religions, that a lot of very popular religions in the world are kind of morphed and shifted and manipulated into this thing that controls people and pushes them into kind of this societal construction, right? Not all religions, of course, but the major ones like Christianity and Judaism and all this stuff. And anyone can use religion in however way they want. It's like that's a personal decision that you make. But this idea of it as an organizing factor, um, it's mostly seen in a negative context because of when you look at history. But like Star Wars, George Lucas attempted to create like this story with a concrete moral basis that could be seen in a modern context about like rebellion and good and evil, and like what evil manifests itself as, usually in it, as an empire. It manifests as technological, ever expansive empires that emerge through manipulation and fascism, as we see through George Lucas's 6 films. And like it's, as a modern religious parable, it's sort of this kind of idea about how all these political machinations that are going on in the galaxy, what forms this society in Star Wars, it's all centered around people's personal relationship with the Force, and people's the Jedi, and how they see the world, and how it's all this progenation of the good Force and the bad Force, and that has to do with the wills, which the wills are God. So
Okay.
there is God in the Star Wars universe, essentially. There are these beings that created the universe, and within every single human being's bloodstream, there are these tiny microorganisms
Midichlorians, right?
called midichlorians.
Yeah,
Yes,
midichlorians.
and the midichlorians can contact the wills. They communicate with God, basically,
Yeah,
and
the
the wills
Force.
tell the midichlorians. Yes, 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 yes. The midichlorians tell, or the wills tell the midichlorians who gets to be a Jedi and who's not, basically. And this power that exists in the universe, this idea of the Force, is the reason why both good and evil exists. And it is up to the human consciousness to create and adhere to the moral understanding of the Force to progenate good.
Now,
Um,
Siths,
like, yeah, go
do
ahead.
Siths and Jedi use the same Force?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
they
it's like
do.
the wills tell the midichlorians that this person is like able to use the Force. Then it's up to that person to pick the right or the wrong path.
Yeah, and like being and using like the dark side of the Force. If I remember George Lucas's, Noah can correct me on this, but like using the dark side of the Force is like a perversion of the
Yeah.
Force. You know, it's like a strictly wrong way to go about it. It's like it's about being selfish versus being selfless.
Right. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
and then
Go ahead.
just about the wills. Are the wills plural? Like it's multiple beings that are the God?
Yes. Yeah. It's the wills. It's a collection of beings, but we don't really know like what they are at all or how they manifest themselves. Because the original title of the entire Star Wars story before George Lucas even wrote a script was called The Journal of the Wills. And the whole idea is that like what you're watching when you're watching Star Wars is the wills transcribing the story, the most important story of this universe, basically, where like morality and like how everything functions comes from this story, and the wills are telling you it in like a poetic form, which is Star Wars, basically. And the whole idea of Star Wars is that like George Lucas's concept for Star Wars, if there was going to be a sequel trilogy, if he did the sequel trilogy, was it was going to be about how the dark side is always going to exist if the Force exists. And it was going to be about the characters in the Star Wars universe shrinking themselves down to microscopic levels to investigate the midichlorians and eventually uh, eliminate the Force and eliminate
Oh shit!
all evil, basically. Eliminate humanity's power to access the Force and therefore eliminate the possibility for both Jedis and Sith to exist, and the possibility of that great of power and evil to exist in reality.
That sounds really cool.
Well, it sounds crazy, but I feel like it's actually like very philosophically sound.
Yeah,
If you
no,
think
yeah.
about it, because it's like as human beings we have consciousness, and if you study like Buddhism and stuff like that, it's this idea of like the only way to alleviate yourself of the suffering of consciousness is to like calm it as much as possible, is to like lower it and level it and like reach it to a point where you go to a deeper consciousness, like the that's free of the extremes of the surface world, which like Gnosticism, like early Christianity and stuff like talks about that as well. So like and the idea that like if we ever want to get rid of like suffering, we have to like in part like get rid of some of the things that we understand as like typical human consciousness, you know.
It's
All
very
from a
this interests
yeah.
me. Oh, it definitely plays back into like debates on like like theism versus atheism in a way too.
Yes.
Because like a lot of religions reject the notion of like political machinations. Like never get involved in that shit.
Mhm.
Which kind of applies to like the empire versus the rebellion as
Yes.
well. So I don't know. That's very interesting, and I can totally see. I can absolutely see it. Actually, I think it's a good way. Do you think George Lucas fully intended that from the start? Then, when he was
Yeah,
building his world.
absolutely. Yeah. No, I feel like he if that was his intention for Star Wars, I don't think he succeeded in that simply because of what Star Wars became and like the pop culture phenomenon that it became. Like I don't think people see Star Wars as spiritual as something as spiritual as George Lucas may have wanted it to be. Um but I mean I still think it's all there if you want to see it, if you're open to it. And Also, I feel like one of the things is it's like it is a movie for children, and it's like
Yeah.
this idea that like children need to understand these more complicated forms of evil. And it's like um how do you teach a child about fascism? Because
Avatar: The
fascism is
Last Airbender. That's how.
yeah,
But
or
continue.
no, exactly no. It's like through stories like
Yeah.
Avatar: The Last
And
Airbender.
history as well. I
Yeah,
think history
well,
is a good.
exactly, and history is in Star Wars, like
Yeah.
it parallels things like Vietnam and World War II and actual historical religions and stuff like that. And it creates it through Star Wars, which creates this story that it makes an allusion to all these different religions and moments in history. It shows you in an entertaining way, in a way that a child can understand, even a child, that there is this unifying force through history that no matter where we are at our point, whether we're in some kind of future society on multiple planets or it's like ancient Egypt or something like that, we are facing the same moral conundrums, um, that plague us as human beings, I guess. And that's like the point of Star Wars, and that's also like why you have to teach children about these things. You have to teach children about how governments get corrupted, and
Yeah.
like you have to teach children about um the personal moral choices that you go through in your life as an individual, like this idea that um there will be points in time where you'll need to make decisions between selfish and selfless things and all these things, and like you don't really get taught those things in school because religion used like church and stuff used to really do that.
It
That's what
doesn't really even anymore today.
exactly it doesn't,
Yeah.
it's
So
failed at doing that,
I'm in a sociology of religion, and we're actually kind of talking about how religion kind of transferred from those roles to what it is now. Like it used to be very intellectual and about like really trying to like deal with like moral issues and like understand what the Bible's trying to say, but it moved away from being about knowledge of the Bible to more like passion for the Bible.
And like, yeah, and also like obeying the Bible too, to the word, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
Well, it's like in ancient religions, it's like that's how they used to teach their young how to live, how they understood life to be. They taught them through storytellings, through religious rituals and stuff like that. And that was sort of like it took a different direction when people realized that, like, well, if you can teach someone how to live through religion, what's preventing us from teaching people how to act in any way we want them to, basically? Um, and so, but it's like they're like, as human beings, we have to like consciously like be aware of like how we live, and I feel like that is what religion sort of that is what religion does. It's like it provides a path for you to go upon, and like I feel like there needs to be a new religion, a new story, a new Bible for all human beings to see and kind of show us the way towards gay luxury space communism.
Yeah.
now a Star Wars question: are all Sith evil and are all Jedi good, or is there more? Is it more complicated?
No,
Are there
no, no.
evil Jedi and good Sith?
All all Force users have a dark side and have a light side.
It's like
But
yeah.
but the very existence of the light side progenites the existence of the dark side and vice versa. So
Mhm.
it's like the Jedi and the Sith will always be in conflict and they will always believe that either or is right. But the true reality is that they both exist because of each other. They both exist because they are the two representations of the extreme of the Force. And opposites attract, right? Like in the nature of physics and stuff like that. So it's like when you have two extremes existing physically, like it creates stuff usually. It progenites conflict in a way.
Mm.
And so it's like that's sort of the point of like his theoretical sequel trilogy. It's like, yes, the Sith are evil, but if we want to get rid of them, we have to get rid of the Jedi too. It's like you're
Yeah,
not
because
going to.
there's that temptation of power that comes from the dark side,
Yes,
and
yes, yeah.
it's so there'll always be people like there's a reason why human beings are still shitty today.
Yeah, exactly. There's always that side of us. We have to recognize that, like, yeah. I mean, we can't just. That's why we can't just accept that, like, there are bad people and then there are good people, and like the bad people were in charge and now the good people are in charge. Like it doesn't work like that. Like
No,
it's
everyone's gray, man.
yeah, exactly. Like and it's like it's the whole system that we participate in that makes us this way, like
Agreed. Yeah.
it's the larger macro, you know it's the wills, it's the midichlorians in our blood.
Yeah, like the nature of just the nature of humans at the end of the
Exactly.
day.
Yeah, and it's like that's why it's like it's I don't know, it's easier for me to understand those things through like stories than it is through just like raw science, because I do feel like what we're talking about has parallels in like raw physics and stuff like that. I don't have the vocabulary to really begin explaining it, but it's like like Charles Darwin said that anarchism, like as like Peter Kropotkin wrote, like the guy who wrote Conquest of Bread, Charles Darwin said like that was the most scientifically accurate form of government. And it's like this idea of like we need to create a better system that accounts for this dark side of humanity is a very scientifically solid way of thinking about it. Instead of just this idea that like we can just let anyone do whatever the fuck we want and be evil and start hedge funds and
Yeah.
short squeeze GameStop and stuff.
You think it's possible on a mass scale though, like on like a large country? That's like the issue that I've always like thought of was like it don't like the anarcho-communist commune can only be so big.
I don't think we're gonna see it in the formality of a commune.
Yeah.
But I do think it's possible. Well, what I actually think is going to happen is like I just think that like capitalism inevitably destroys itself. Like we're pretty close to it, but we're not at the point yet where like everything is going to completely collapse. But that point is going to come. I feel like that point has to happen before we see the better reality for ourselves. Like I do think some kind of like apocalyptic scenario needs to occur in our timeline for like us to like really like realize how to like organize ourselves better.
If we don't realize this is the end of the human race,
Yeah, exactly. Like
it's the great filter.
Yeah, like I feel like we need the rug pulled out from under us for us to like, because like I don't feel like the modern city there is any kind of like design philosophy behind the modern city. It's just like all of them are kind of just like what they are, what they ended up being, and like
It's the easiest thing to do.
yeah, exactly. And it's like sure, if we could take all that stuff away and then like start from the ground up again and be like, okay, we're going to design this city to be the most environmentally efficient and to be the most worker friendly and stuff like that. But we can't do that because the cities that we live in stand. I mean, are there, and we can't change them from the core with just like a flip of a button or something like that. So it's a very difficult question, and that's why I feel like all of this has to kind of crumble before we restart and rebuild and stuff like that. Like I don't feel like it's going to be a question of change, it's going to be a question of rebuilding.
Yeah, it's really hard to like transition from our current system to anything else because everything's so ingrained and like even like what you're saying about like physically and like the city's designed in such a way it can't
that's how it was built back in the 60s and the 40s and the 30s.
Yeah.
Because that's all we knew at that time. But now we need to majorly restructure, but we don't really have the ability to do that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, like capitalism sucks, capitalism is awful, but it's like it's what we knew at the time. And like we just need to realize that. We just need to like step forward from it. And it's just like it was designed based on information that, very, very intelligent people had at a certain time, and that was 300 years ago. And it's time for us to think of a new way to organize ourselves and treat each other and stuff like that. But as much as all these horrible things are happening, I really don't think the big kahuna has happened yet.
And you can never like possibly see it coming either. Like it's just gonna happen one day, and we're all just gonna be like, "Ah, fuck, mushroom clouds everywhere."
Well, yeah, exactly.
So is it just a matter of waiting for that though?
No,
Or
I feel like
we can take.
I feel like there's like what you were saying through like unions and stuff like that. We can try to create a community that will emerge after that collapse and be like, we're here, like we know what to do now that this situation, that shit hits the fan and stuff like that. That's why I feel like local politics are just so important. Like
Agreed, yeah.
once like the globalized infrastructure of reality completely collapses, like we're only going to really have our immediate surroundings to rely on. And it's like, if you can't trust your neighbor, you're gonna be fucked. And like we live in a reality where we really can't trust our neighbors because it's like,
You don't know your neighbor.
yeah, you don't know your neighbor, and
Yeah.
it's like Black Lives Matter sign, Trump sign, Black Lives Matter sign, Trump sign, Black Lives
Yeah.
Matter sign. It's like we live in such like a divided culture that it's like, that's
When did
really
politics become that important,
yeah, exactly. And we need to like be more in the situation where like I go to like these meetings, these DSA meetings or like these political meetings like every week. Like I go and like I help like homeless people every week. Like I know these people, I can trust these people. You know, if shit hits the fan, like we can like get together and like deliver people food and shit like that. Like like real shit, like actual like shit that was going on in like Portland and stuff like that when like the protests were going on. Like
Mhm.
like sex shops becoming like headquarters for like workers and strikers and stuff like that. Like, people like, really, helping each other out in like a grassroots kind of way, you know?
Yeah.
Not a massive like political move. I mean that I would love to see that, but it's like I have so little faith in American politics at this point that it's just like it, it's just it's a looping conversation to talk about that. It's like we can get a candidate like Bernie or something as far as we can, but it's like almost always they're gonna lose the fucking primary because like they're not the candidate that media wants, and so it's like, how do we do this outside of that? How do we prepare ourselves when the American government really does prove itself to be like completely useless. I mean, it surprises me that the coronavirus pandemic didn't.
Didn't collapse us.
Yeah.
They
For some
they
reason.
did nothing. They did
hold
nothing.
up. We're not there yet. I don't think we can fully speak to the ramifications of this pandemic yet. Like I think like
Give it like 5 years.
the housing crisis that this will cause is still like not fully upon us.
Yeah.
And like
yeah,
the poverty that this has put people in that they will not be able to climb out, it's still not like fully.
yeah.
Like I don't think we can like necessarily say that COVID could still like fuck America up so much more.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Like these ramifications come slowly over time,
Mhm,
So
mhm.
we'll see in the next 10 years where we
Yeah.
stand.
Yeah.
This last 2020 was just awful, man. Like imagine your government doing nothing when when the pandemic hits. I think America was like one of the countries that just did the least possible.
Mhm.
But it's really like, and like to that, I think it's just so like. At first, I was like, I didn't really pay attention to the fact, but like the more I think about it, and the more like time goes by, I just really get like, I just get like dumbfounded. Like, so like why do Americans disproportionately like resist, like why do they like resist efforts to help stop the spread of the pandemic? Because for A, like livelihood, like people's lives, B, for like the economy that everyone wants open back up, but then also like why do they support people who are like actively work against their own efforts and like actively like work
Yeah.
to
People have
keep
been
people outside and stuff.
people have been conditioned to believe certain things, and
And yeah, when everyone around them believes a certain thing, their worldview changes, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
got
think
a new reality.
any one particular reason, but I feel like I think really big thing is that like Americans are taught to just value their day-to-day lifestyle over everything else. Like the 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 routine that you live in is the most important thing to you, and it's like if you have a routine that brings you happiness, like you go to this restaurant every other week, or you have this thing like this you go to concerts a lot, or like whatever you like to do, like that is your livelihood, like that is your net of happiness, and like once that is taken away, like what is there, like, and this pandemic like completely took like all
Everything.
that away from people, and like it really
Suicide, yeah.
it really did like ask people like
What do you
what.
got? Yeah, what do you
Yeah,
have?
yeah, exactly, and it's like it made people realize that like we have nothing, and if I don't live this life, like I feel completely empty. So it's like, yeah, if you ask me what's more important, me going to this restaurant or like the theoretical lives that I affect by doing it, like I'm gonna answer me going to this restaurant, because like, yeah, that's what I've been taught. Like I've been taught to value that.
To me though,
Like
like
this.
what frustrates me about that is like I understand that, but it's always, and this is one of my biggest frustration with Americans and like American politics, is the short-sightedness around it. It's like, do you want life to go back to normal? Then fucking like
Mhm.
take this shit seriously, because look at Australia. Australia and New Zealand have concerts right now. Like they're back to
Mm.
normal. And it's like,
Yeah.
if you really cared about your everyday life, you would take actions to return there sooner, but we're more interested in like,
People, it's the short-term gratification kind of deal,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's that, like, and it's also like, back on your point, no, about like coronavirus took all that daily routine away from us, and suicide rates spiked
Mhm.
during that time, and it's like death. I don't know. It's just it's awful. Like we've been taught to just consume and not think about it. We
Yeah.
just go for those dopamine hits.
There's been
Yeah.
over 3,500 deaths like every day in the last 4 days. Also, just
What?
throwing that out
Oh
there.
That
my
Yeah.
high now?
god.
Yeah,
Dude,
on the
I'm
27th, 3 days ago, it was 4,100 deaths from COVID.
That's so
Yeah,
many
it's like-
people. Everyone likes to shrug those numbers off, but that is
Yeah,
so
it's like
many
literally like I
motherfucking
saw
people.
like an ambulance that had it said never forget 9/11 on there, and I'm like, oh my god, literally every day is worse than 9/11 now.
It's worse than
Oh
9/11.
my
Yeah.
god. What the fuck?
But everyone sits around like it's fucking normal. Like this is a fucking pandemic that I have to convince my parents is still happening. Like what the hell's going on?
Currently, our total deaths from this is 435,000.
Oh.
That's almost half of a million people. That's human
That's
souls
so
right there.
many, man.
Like
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we've had more COVID-19, like more American COVID-19 casualties than American World War I casualties, and now we're approaching, we're on the road to more World War II American casualties.
I'm reading.
And everyone sat on their ass. Oh my fucking.
I'm reading a manga called 20th Century Boys, and in it, like, it's like someone's like trying to take over the world, and one of the ways that they're like trying to like consolidate power is by spreading a pandemic and then like providing like a vaccine for it to like take credit for like stopping it. But like in the thing, they're like, this is awful. 2,000 people are dying a day from this pandemic, and I'm like, this manga's
You
like
don't even
idea of
know.
like the worst case
Yeah.
scenario is better than what we currently have going on in America.
In real life, this is real fucking life, man.
God damn, dude. Fuck.
It's just upsetting. That's 4,000 families like ruined a day,
Every day.
Mhm.
every fucking day. And it used to be only 1,000, but everyone shrugs it off like it's the fucking flu. Eat
And
it.
even
No,
only 1,000 is still a fuck ton.
Yeah. No, yeah, and I'm saying only 1,000 in relation to 4,000.
Yeah, exactly.
1,000's a lot.
It's crazy, man. Like how it's just like it just shows how like sociopathic like
People can be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But at the bottom line, people care about themselves.
Dude, yeah, I cannot
Yeah.
I cannot believe I see people
I've
going
seen.
to restaurants and stuff. Like people are like
I can't believe it.
There are people packed in restaurants, bro. Like, go out any night, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, we need to go back in a lockdown, but that's not gonna happen.
But
Yeah,
all
it's
the
so funny.
selfish people
When we
get upset
when we
and
went
bring
in
guns
lock,
to protests.
it's been like worse. Like we went in lockdown and then it did nothing, and then it's just like ever since then it's like no, we're not going to go back into lockdown, even though it's like 1,000 times worse now.
Oh, it's yeah.
I don't know what to do. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, it's also shown the good side of people. I think the whole COVID thing. I think there's a huge, like, I think of a majority of Americans do care about other Americans. But are
I
powerless.
think this
to do
is
anything
also
about it.
I think it's radicalized a lot of people.
Yeah. In both ways. In both ways.
I feel like metal is gonna have a comeback. We're gonna have some more metal bands on the radio, some harder music. People are gonna need that edge in their lives more. I know that
to
COVID's
relate to.
Yeah.
Mike, how many people have died because of COVID in the U.S.?
Total?
Yeah.
It was
The total
435?
was 435,000.
Okay, folks, it's official. That's more people. That's more Americans than died in World War II.
Oh my fucking god!
What's World War II plus World War One? Because we're gonna hit that too, probably.
We're at 490, or a little under 420,000 people, American service members and civilians died throughout the entirety of World War II. So yes, COVID is now killed more Americans than the Second World War.
We sat back and did nothing. Like, it's insanity to me.
You know what's
wild?
Something I think about is like when this is over, I'm gonna feel so uncomfortable when I like walk into a store and everyone's unmasked. Like we're all gonna feel
forever. Honestly, you know what?
It might. Yeah, like masks might be like the new norm now.
Well,
Like
also,
just like China,
I will say, I have not had a cold this whole year.
True.
Yeah, this is the one
I
time
I have not been
sick.
Yeah, I have not been sick like since March. I haven't been sick.
It's true. I usually have really bad allergies around now, and I don't at all because I'm not leaving my house. And every time I do, I wear a fucking mask.
I will say though, I really do miss movie theaters.
Same here. Same.
Yeah.
I'm such a movie buff. I love movies. I used to watch one a week.
Movie theaters.
That's the thing.
Movie theaters make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, man, I get it. Like that's the thing. Like I want these things back so bad.
So bad.
Like
so bad. I've lived without them for a year.
Yeah, man. I want to go to a concert so badly, dude.
Yeah, for real.
I am so excited for like a year from now. It's gonna be like the best year of concerts in our lives.
You don't know that COVID could still be raging because
I feel like a year from now, I think we're gonna be able to get the vaccines out, where we'll have concerts in the US again.
I'll bet you $5 whole that COVID's still gonna be a thing a year.
You don't think there'll be a concert next January?
I mean, yeah, maybe next January we will have concerts because we actually have a president who's taking this seriously instead of trying to downplay it.
I think it's just the vaccinations. Like if we can roll out the vaccines to the point where most Americans are vaccinated by next year, then we'll be fine.
There's so many. I don't know. I'm saying there's so many. This is my own personal experience. Just a lot of people around me are refusing to take the vaccine.
But I don't give a shit about them because if we have the vaccine and the people we care about the vaccine, if they don't get the vaccine, then they're risking their own asses because if we're gonna our chances of getting it are so small, and like the chance that we'll spread it, especially if we were to still somehow get it, if all the people around us have, it just helps enough. Where if the majority of people get vaccines, then the people that aren't getting vaccines are only hurting themselves.
And you're right. I didn't think about that. If I got the vaccine, I've got nothing to worry about now.
Yeah, some of them I think
you can still give it to people who don't have the vaccine.
Yes, so that you can still carry it.
Yeah.
So wear a mask.
But that's why, if you have the vaccine and your friends and family have the vaccine, then you but I mean, still wear a mask out and shit. I bet we'll have masks at concerts, but.
Well, yeah, but also don't forget a lot the vaccine is a huge game changer and it does help radically, but just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean that you're immune at all.
Yeah.
You can still carry it. You can still transmit it.
You can still carry it. Yeah.
So it needs to be a herd thing. That's the biggest barrier for me is that we know that if we vaccinate an entire population, smallpox is eradicated. It's like if if everyone gets vaccinated for it and like works like like we hold it down and stay safe until everyone's like vaccinated. We wait a little bit longer and then go at it. Like things will be fine. But like as long as there are like people or worse like little like sects like communities or whatever that are like really like
anti-vaxxer,
way are just like not vaccinated, then it's like these groups become carriers, and like all you need is like a herd of people who are unvaccinated from a region who carry it, and you can get everyone who's vaccinated sick. And it's just one of those things where it's like everyone needs to have this like extra defense for it to like help us out. Like for measles, like you need a 95% herd immunity. Like
Really?
95% of people need to be vaccinated for measles to like effectively.
Well, also, I think that doesn't that also depend on the efficiency of each vaccine?
I mean, yeah, I guess
Because like that ranges a lot, and that's something that is, no.
The 95%, like that's like the amount that needs to be like vaccinated. But a lot of this takes into account people who have like autoimmune diseases and cannot be vaccinated.
To like protect them, yeah.
Yeah, like these people can't get vaccinated, and that's legitimate. So like we need to have a herd immunity for them, but also because like 60% vaccinated like doesn't do anything. It helps a little bit.
It protects the people that are vaccinated, but yeah, like if you're looking for herd immunity to protect people that can't get vaccinated, then no, it's not enough. But like with
vaccine is like an immunity though. Like just because you get a vaccine doesn't mean that you are immune to COVID. Like you have a significantly decreased risk of contracting COVID, absolutely.
Well,
but it's still possible.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the flu. But like these are like in comparison though, like the flu's efficiency versus at least the COVID vaccines we have right now are like way more efficient than flu shots.
Well, that's good then. No, that's
like
really
I think
good.
like let me look it up because like flu shots it varies from year to year. Like some years it's like 60, some years it's 40. But I think
the reason why is because flu mutates so much, and there's so many different strains of flu.
That's scary with the coronavirus.
Yeah,
like the thing is like also like in
part.
Kendall's defense, you might earn $5 if this mutates and then we get a vaccine resistant
That's what's
one.
scaring me because we still have 400,000 people dying, or no, not 400,000, 4,000 people dying a day.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people.
How many days do we? How many cases?
I think like I think like COVID is never going to end, and there's just going to be a point where like the majority of media outlets decide not to report on it, and then slowly people stop wearing masks and the death rates never go down, and it's just that is the normality now. There is a sector
That's how America
of
does it.
Yeah,
there's
there's a sector of the population that is aware of COVID, that wears the mask and don't go to concerts and don't eat at restaurants and do work from home. But the rest of the population, if they want to do any of those things, they have to risk getting COVID. That is the future for the rest of our lives. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, I'm such a pessimist now. I'm on the other side with this.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I think our future's going.
Get me to New Zealand, please.
Yeah, like if we choose to continue to live in America, like yes, like that is like I'd say I'm like 90% sure that is our future. Like there's no telling what's gonna happen. Like Joe Biden might get like COVID and die, and Kamala Harris becomes president and sends all the RoboCops with vaccine guns to shoot us all with vaccines. And
watch this Kamala Harris just becomes like a dictator of America with her vaccinating RoboCops.
And everyone's like, but my rights of getting vaccinated.
Yeah.
But what if it gets to the point where like it never goes away and then we all just get robot avatars and that's how we go outside?
That'd be dope.
Holy shit.
Where you just put on your VR, you put on your Oculus at home or whatever, and then you just like have like, and then like by your door, there's just like a robot avatar version of you that you like go and that goes shopping for you.
It's fucking Ready Player One, but IRL.
Real.
And it's
We
like,
have
yeah,
real
man.
robots.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dudes. I'm going on a date today. Just like leans back, puts on a VR headset.
Have your real robots your robot goes to the restaurant for you
yeah, to go date another real robot, you know.
and then brings home and then it brings you back food.
That'd be so
Yo,
sick.
okay.
I'd be so down for that. Like,
I have some bad news.
what?
Is it about
Based
robots?
on U.S. Census data, everyone's favorite, made up by the bigwigs or whatever. The U.S. Census data, the most it's liberal propaganda.
Propaganda.
There are, what is it? On average, as of using 2018 or no, this 2020, bro. This 2020. There are on average about 3.8 million Americans born every year, and that averages out to about 10,390 a day, which means that we are still on the net population growth.
Isn't
Wow.
I
So
wonder
we're running-
though still because I saw that there a lot of people are having less kids. I've seen news articles
Well,
about
yeah.
that. Like now, like during
How
COVID.
are people meeting people right now?
Why would you raise a kid now? Like, why would you actively if you're like 6 months pregnant and the pandemic hit? Like, that's hard.
Yeah. But imagine the pandemic's going on. It's like I want a kid.
No, literally, my question to anyone who
doing that though,
my question to anyone who has had a kid in the last fucking
Or,
12 years, it's like, why are you doing that?
What are you doing?
yeah. I mean, but people are still doing that, man. Like, people are still getting married. People are still going out to date and stuff like that. Like,
I mean, I kind of want to right now. It's been a year, dude.
yeah. I mean, how else would you meet anyone other than getting on an app and going to meet a stranger? Because there's no other way to meet someone right now.
That's so funny. It's so funny that you say that because my therapist every fucking time is still egging me on to go out there and meet new people over the phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't. I literally can't. Bars are closed.
Are you living in the
I was like, yeah, are you living in
the same world as me right now? You just say that to your therapist next time he tells you go out and meet people. Are like,
that's what.
Do you live in the same world right now? Yeah, no. He's always like, yeah, Kendall, you're just depressed because you haven't met anybody. He's like, yeah, of course I haven't met anybody. Of course I'm depressed because of that. No shit.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Because that's why there's so little to say about being depressed right now. It's just yep, this is a shitty time to be alive.
Oh my fucking god, yeah.
There's nothing to say about it.
the week after I quit night shift for the first time, lockdown happens. Are you fucking kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yo, Kendall, though, on the upside, think of how miserable you'd be right now if you were still at RTD.
Oh, dude, no, I'm so happy. I'm way happier in
you would, oh my god.
In contrast.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
Okay, yo, I take it all back, boys. I forgot to factor in the number of annual normal deaths. Based on the past averages. And so on average, accounting for births and deaths together, and this is for non-COVID years here, it's about 2,570 net births every day, which means we are in a net population decline.
Oh,
yeah.
There it is.
I bet that average also is probably lower right now too, of the 2,000. Now that we've been in COVID for over 9 months, I bet the birth rate is lower to some extent. And it would be pre-COVID too. So yeah, we're definitely in a net negative. Because I mean, what are we? 4,000 deaths a day almost.
Less traffic, everybody.
LA traffic has never been better, man.
When people make that joke, I'm just like, you asshole. You fucking.
That's so terrible.
Wait, which joke?
Less traffic, everybody. Let's stop and go traffic.
The population declines, so that means the traffic won't be so bad.
True.
Hey, who wants to hit more green lights on the way home? Let's go. Yeah.
Yo, and heart disease is still the number one killer of Americans. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
heart disease is
Yeah,
like
Heart disease kills way more people than COVID, man. Come on.
We
Yeah,
all
so-
got free fast passes for Disney. Everybody.
all of us.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is so-
everyone got free fast passes for Disneyland.
No, because of
Mhm.
in a few years.
Wait times 20 minutes instead of 45. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Mhm. There's
Yo,
only
straight
like
up.
4 other people at the park.
Yo, how is Elitch's gonna like? Are they gonna weather the storm? Is Elitch's and like Seven Flags gonna like shut down forever?
Well,
They're gonna move
Elitch-
to like the areas
they're
that don't
moving.
care about restrictions.
Oh, they are.
they're moving. That's what was
Yeah, I would
happening.
assume. I'm thinking like a capitalist, dude.
Let's go to Oklahoma. Every amusement and water park go to Oklahoma.
No, I'm not going to Oklahoma ever.
You told me no. I'm not saying us, but I'm saying every business that wants to deal with not. From what you told me this week about Oklahoma, it sounds like they probably don't take this too seriously either. Shots fired at Oklahoma.
I didn't get along.
They don't have. I still can't believe that. They don't have recycling there like at all.
I mean, recycling does exist in the state of Oklahoma. However, in Stillwater, Oklahoma, where I was, Stillwater, right? That is the name of the place, right?
Stillwater is a funny name to me.
Yeah, Stillwater,
Sounds like
Oklahoma.
a fucking Fallout sound.
Yeah, right.
Welcome to Stillwater Falls, everybody. And it's like there used to be a waterfall there, but it's now it's
empty.
nothing.
Yeah.
When I went, I was with college students.
Okay.
In the area surrounding the university, OSU, Oklahoma State, and there weren't like the university had recycling bins. So shout out. But the houses that we went to and like the local staff, none. No, they were not recycling bins. And then when I asked people about it, like I got hit with like, I mean, a lot of people knew what recycling was, but there were people who were like, "What?" And I was like, "Done." I don't know how to do. I don't know how. I don't know how to deal.
Dang.
Yeah. There's
Like
no way
you
to
can
deal.
say what to compost. You can say what to compost. You can't say what to recycling. What fucking year is it?
It's 2021, dude. Things are looking up, everybody.
2021 is gonna be my year. You watch.
This is my year.
No, bro, we got 9 more years, fam. Like everyone forgets that like life doesn't happen in like 1 year. Like no major world events ever 1 year. Shit's in like decades.
Nah, man, this is gonna be a crazy fucking decade. I don't know. Will we make it to 2030?
Yeah, I mean, like, what it was like the last 2 years of the last decade were like when it got crazy, right? I'd argue.
I mean, kind of like it was kind of like ramping up, and like I'd say like since 2015 we've been
Ever
going
since
like kind of
Harambe
hard.
died. Ever since Harambe died,
You
that's when the timeline
that is
split. That's when
true,
the
but
timeline
it does
fucking
seem to be
split.
true that things did start looking down after Harambe left this planet.
We need to hop timelines to one to where Harambe didn't die. Or
We need
I
to
think-
bring we need to bring
shit would be
Harambe,
smooth.
or we need to go hop timelines and bring Harambe back to our timeline.
Yeah, like Jesus, like a second coming of Jesus. What year did
Jesus
Harambe?
2015,
President
I
of the
guess.
future.
World War
2016.
II was like 6 years. Yo, World War II was exactly 6
Oh, it
years.
was
in
summer
one
of
day.
16, huh?
Yeah, summer of 16. So the last 4 years of 2020 or the decade were pretty crazy. Maybe that's because Trump got elected.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, yo.
I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's just like it feels like an easy fruit to grab right there. You know, it feels like the low hanging fruit when I say
Mhm.
that. But he literally didn't do anything. Like I don't know. It's just
an
weird.
aspect. He did definitely
Not for
like
people.
heat up
Point.
the temperature of like everything, I'd say.
In a bad like, and I don't think that's bad. I don't think that's good. I should say like he was just really inciting a lot of bullshit. And
Yeah,
like
man.
he pulled out of like the Paris Agreement. He just did almost everything bad. Almost.
To be fair, the Paris Agreement is mostly symbolic. Like, just looking
Yeah,
more into the Paris
sure.
Agreement, like the Paris Climate Accords, it is a mostly symbolic organization. However, like, and like, so like membership within it doesn't really mean much in the sense, hold on, let me clarify, that like when Trump left, several states, like their governors still said like, we are still a part of the Paris Climate Accord. And it was like it flew because it's like it like the whole like membership and association is mostly just symbolic, but
Symbolism is powerful.
It's like it's an important symbolic thing, you know. It's important.
Yeah, symbolism is a good thing, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like California had no problem being like, nope, we're still in it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like next.
This is one of the last times I'll bring him up, but Trump did he parted with his lawyers as of like 2 hours ago, which is really funny because he's got about a week before his impeachment trial.
Damn, son.
What is he gonna do?
I'd probably get impeached. Probably.
No money out of it. But he doesn't have money, does he?
Yeah, he doesn't have money. No, he never had money. Apparently, if he's ever had money, he's spent it way faster than he's had it.
All right.
But apparently, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Never mind. Finish your thing. I was gonna say call it a show, but finish your statement.
We'll call it there. Honestly, I don't want to talk about him anymore.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck him. He's not our president.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get impeached. I mean, he's impeached by the Senate, but I don't think he's gonna get. Or sorry, he's impeached by Congress, but I don't think he's gonna get impeached by the Senate.
Yeah.
They don't roll that way. All right. This was episode 14 of AllChatPod. Thank you, Noah.
Yeah.
Today, man. This was tight.
Goodbye.